Yeah. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Wow. Close your mouth, you can save it without a doubt. Yeah. You won't claim it, you is a slouch. Live in your mom's basement. They mad, they hate, and irritated. Yeah. Stop complaining, stop back chasing. Can't wait for it, you gotta take it if you don't.
Yo, what it do? What it do? It's your boy Lifeline. Lifeline presents bringing to you GOAT Metrics. We got Seven Sign in the building. He been under the weather, man. How you doing, Sev?
I'm good, man. I'm hanging in there, man. It's good to be here. Excuse me. I'm here.
That's what's up. Benny Blanco. I gotta put that. Oh, Benny checked me. Benny pulled the 9 on me like, yo, bro, correct me. It's Benny Blanco, not that Casablanca shit you been calling me. Benny, what's good?
Nothing. Chilling. Hey, yo, Sav, hang in there, man. You'll make it through. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm gonna make it, baby. Anytime we talking about the fake, but I ain't even gonna say nothing. But I'm gonna make it, man.
See,
I'm gonna make it.
I'm from the old school era, right? Like, you know, when somebody tell you boil some lemons, do this, do that, or take a whole bunch of, it depends what your ailments is. And one thing I've noticed is this: if I'm feeling bad, it's a PG show, so I can't tell you. But I do a little sexual stuff and don't clean up. I mean, don't rinse your mouth, don't do nothing. It's either gonna kill you or make you a man. That's how I feel. So
yeah, you about to be the deadest man.
Yo, sometimes, but I look at it like this, bro. Like, to be honest with you, I know we're in civilization, we got all these different things up, but what happened when we was a long time ago? Like, we like animals and stuff like that. What they do? See, sometimes we do stuff to complicate things.
Yeah, but we died at 30 back then.
Nah,
the life expectancy was like 30, bro.
nah, man. So when was they having kids, though? Who was
when they
raising
was
the kids?
12?
Who was
When they
raising
was
the
12.
kids? Who was
When they
raising
was 12? That's why being a man or woman was 12 years old back then, man. You ain't have long, bro.
Well, we got to do the research. I'm coming over there. You got to show me your facts on that, man.
Yeah. Like
Who
was keeping count on that?
Man,
was
listen.
it the caveman?
Listen, you just go through the years. Shit, 50 years ago, the life expectancy for a black man was only 55. So 100 years ago it was low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
makes sense.
so good.
Yo, this is episode 30, and this is titled Wartime. Wartime. You know, everybody got to put their boots up, strap their boots up, and come out shooting. I got my disabled veteran hat, because I'm a disabled veteran. I got my 517 Cav when I went to Korea. This is the Thanksgiving Sports Festival of 94. So
you cut the sleeves because they ain't fit no more, or
that's a fact. That's a fact. I just told Ben that, and Gary was in here a minute ago. I had to cut the sleeves off because it was super tight. Because it had the red thing on the sleeve right here. It was cutting my circulation. So it's the oldest thing. So anytime my kids get on my nerve, I just get my shirt and be like, I knew this shirt first. You know what I mean? This shirt is loyal. You know what I mean?
What's up?
That's what's up. But let's get to the first question, right? Game 6. What's your thoughts? I'm going to give it to Ben first, and I'm going to give it to you, Seb. Game 6, what's your thoughts? Did you watch the game? How you felt about the game? What's good, B?
Yeah. Definitely watched the game. Like we were speaking off, I set my alarm to watch the game. Because if not, I wouldn't have made it. But I'm glad I did. It was a good game. Indiana showed up. They turned up their intensity. They turned up their defense. Most importantly, they took care of the ball for the most part. And like we talked about, Halliburton did what he does, which is he had a good game and he picked his spots. And when he did pick his spots, he came through. and Siakam did his thing, and it seems like this series, it's like this. SGA is going to get his regardless. He's gotten his every single game. It's coming down to which team's role players perform the best collectively as a group is the ones that's winning the damn games.
That's a fact. Seb, Game 6, what's your thoughts? Did you watch it? Whatever. Tell me how you feel about Game 6.
Well, as you know, I was a little under the weather, and I was heavily medicated. So I wasn't sure if I was actually seeing what I was seeing or if it was the medication. So I'm not really sure if Siakam did him in that bad or if it was the medication. I'm not really sure if they could not control Halliburton or was the medication. So I'm gonna have to wait to Game 7 because I was delusional. And in my delusion, it looked like OKC wasn't the same team that played the last 2 games. It looked like Indiana made the right adjustments. It looked like it's really coming down to the coaching adjustments. Which coach can make the best adjustments on the fly? Which coach can, watch the video and say, this is what we need to do to stop this person, or when you do this, they can't stop you. So let's implement that. And of course, the role players are going to make the big difference. But right now, it's a game of chess with the coaches, man. And I'm really intrigued to see what happens Game 7, because I'm really laying it all on the coaching right now. I think the coaching, like you said, when we played the Knicks, when they played us, we got out coached. And I think right now that the coaches are really having a chess master match, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I feel you, man. Y'all gave 2 good takes, man. And this game, I'm happy because I don't know if you watched, I sent it to you, but I don't know if you watched the last episode when me and Ben was on. And Ben kind of won the Game 7. I was ready for the series to be over. When I
Me
see
too.
the Game 5 when Halliburton was looking like he was trying to get what's that called? The workers' comp or something. He's trying to get short-term disability or something. I don't know. I wasn't, he was using FMLA or whatever, like I didn't know what he was doing. So when I watched that game, I was like, you know what, if they're gonna be like that, let's end. But then Ben started talking about how interesting a Game 7 could be. And because I know pressure bust pipes, we all know that. But it was really intriguing to see what a Game 7 could be. So then when Indiana came out, because when the game started, OKC looked like they was up. They was like, we trying to knock you out. And then a couple of timeouts and a couple of Toppin threes and a couple of turnovers and a couple of this, a couple of that. Then I started looking at the game. I was like, yo, Indiana playing super hard. Like they going hard. They going, like everybody's playing tough. And then Toppin, like I really like it. Like he's like him and McConnell, really the spark off the bench. And when Obi Toppin is hitting shots, he gets super hype and he even go harder on the defensive end. So him and McConnell they really spark it because nobody in the starting lineup really go aggressive. Nobody really is animated,
No.
Like Halliburton be animated at times when he making certain shots, but these guys, they just something different. So that game, it was over in the second quarter, but it was still good to watch. I watched the whole thing through, and it was about 30 a couple of times in the game.
Yep.
Like,
oh. Listen. So you witnessed McCollum. You missing the wrath of McCollum. This dude out there balling like he don't even care. Like he's pushing the ball with intensity. Like SGA is not even on the other side. Like he really doesn't care. And he's being confident with his shot. He's hitting shots. He's getting people involved. Yo, McCollum off the bench is crazy, man.
And Toppin, they and what you said beat earlier, right? about the bench. Because I'm gonna ask Sev this question. Who bench you feel like we went through 6 games? Who has the better bench?
Honestly, right now, I think it just depends on the day. I
Mm.
think it depends on the day. I think that the benches are evenly matched in what they do. Um, I'm not gonna say I can't say who has the better players off of the bench, but I'll say like as far as the scoring and what the bench brings, each team both their bench is like and like you said, whichever bench is having a great game, that's who wins. So it's really hard to say who has the better bench. They've both been extremely effective. I would say that Indiana bench probably scores more because their starters don't score as much as OKC does. But as far as what the bench brings, I think they're both equally as important and equally as good.
Okay, what about you, B? Who has the better bench?
Um, you're right. I agree. I agree with Sev. But the only thing I'm going to add is that Indiana definitely, because like you said, they got different guys that do different things. But Indiana has 2 guys that perform consistently throughout, and
That's
that's
a fact.
Toppin and McCollum.
McConnell, that's a fact.
That you can't take away. So maybe that's where the edge is, because the other guy, the Haitian guy, what's his name?
Atherin.
Yeah, I thought we was gonna see a breakthrough or whatever, but then
Right.
he kind of falls asleep. So I thought that was the other piece, but definitely McCollum and Toppin, every night they're giving you positive. So I think that's where they got the edge.
I'll agree with that. I think that when you look at the bench, Indiana has the 2 players that are consistently good off the bench. And they're going to give us the same thing every night, to whereas with OKC, we have to kind of wait and see who's going to be that spark off of the bench. So I agree 100%. I do.
I'll take Indiana. I like Indiana bench because, like, and it's just what both of y'all said, and because OKC starters Williams and SGA been carrying the load, so OKC bench ain't have to produce that much. And then I don't like it that, and I think OKC bench would have a little bit more production, but I don't like that they not starting Hartenstein. We're gonna talk about that because they started him the last game. They only play like he only played like 16 minutes. Like they really fumbling that right there.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a test run to see what that was about, because that I didn't understand that. I mean, when you start the guy, you win and you see his production. So I don't know what you were trying to do. I'm not sure about that.
It's called overcompensating. Like, no, over adjusting.
Overthinking.
Yeah. All that. All that. And
all
the funny, yeah, for real. And the funny thing is this. Hockenstein he played like I think he was negative 12 points or negative 13 points and a minus 13. But he had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal in like 16 minutes. He didn't have too many double-figure scores, period. But I don't understand why y'all not playing him more. And he had like one of the least plus and minuses. So I'm confused. And then when you play him, he is like a 2-headed monster because he helps out Holmgren.
Right. And I was gonna say that when him and Holmgren is in, Holmgren plays so much better because they have to defend 2 7-footers. Right. And it makes it easier for Holmgren because he is a shooter. He can shoot. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right, like Brian. And I was thinking that, like, I just don't get it. Maybe they don't want those 2 big bodies, especially if Siakam is killing you and you got 2 7-footers in there. I guess in his mind, it's pointless. Like, I got 2 7-footers and this guy's scoring at will. So That's the
Well,
only thing I can think.
yeah, yeah. Well, neither one of those 7-footers could guard Siakam,
Right,
honestly. But they have to do it collectively, which
right.
which which is the plan. They both help each other out and present that presence at the basket. But hey, listen, Siakam did his thing too.
But
And you know what? Before we go any further, because this is something I've never said, but I want to give a shout out to Siakam. When we seen Siakam with Toronto, and we didn't really know what he was gonna be, and he kind of came out that first season when they had Kawhi, and he started to look like he was gonna be something, and then like the next 2 years, Siakam kind of carried Toronto. And I don't
Right.
really think he ever really got the respect as a big man. So I want to give a shout out to Siakam, man. Like to go from that to about to be like, because he was on his way out the league, man. Let's all be for real. To becoming like a leader, like you holding down the team. We looking at you in the finals right now, like, yo, Siakam is killing them.
Yep.
Like, so shout out to big man, yo. Like, there's much respect for that, man. He came a long way.
No doubt.
yeah, and definitely. Now let's get down. This is something, we gonna get up the finals. At the end of the show, we're gonna do our predictions for Game 7. But right now, we're gonna switch gears, and we gotta go to LeBron James. Don't turn your head, man. Don't turn. I don't even want to do this, but
I was looking for something, brother.
we say.
I was looking for something, man. You know,
You look for your crown.
yeah, every time we talk about him, I gotta wear my crown, man. If he get one, damn it, I get one too, man.
All right. So I sent y'all the I told y'all to look into it. Seb, did you look into it?
I did.
Okay, excellent. Because I listened to it. I listened to him and Steve Nash podcast to hear. And the sad thing about it, it was like one of the major topics, but they didn't even talk on it that long. But I think that was the biggest thing. Like that was definitely clickbait for everybody to go ahead and look at the podcast or listen to the podcast. But LeBron, he don't feel good about this ring culture that the NBA is in. He's felt like this is the only sport where ring culture matter. He felt like in other sports, great players, championships and rings don't define a player being great. And he spoke on the legend Barry Bonds, said he could be possibly the greatest baseball player to ever live, and he never won anything. And then, of course, he went to Mahomes and Peyton and all this and all that. He messed up when he's talking about Peyton. Like Peyton Manning can't be in the same room with Brady and Mahomes since he only had one, but we all know he has two because he won one in Denver and with the Colts. So a lot of people was getting on that. So Seb, I'm gonna let you go first. How do you feel about the LeBron statement about the ring culture?
All right. So first of all, I noticed at the beginning you said this was a PG show, right? So I gotta know, are we PG right now? PG-13, rated R? How far can I take it with this guy?
You got 3 curses.
All right. Then fuck LeBron. Let me tell you something, bro. Listen, anybody that says in one breath, I've watched you talk about rings, talking about winning. Do we forget the 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, 4 rings, 5? Do we forget that? Like, do we forget that? Did we forget that interview when you were at the podium talking about how many rings you were gonna win with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh? I mean, you packed your family up multiple times and moved halfway across the United States. Why? To win a ring. To win a ring. That's what it's for. If you're not in it to win a ring, what are you in it for? I've watched this guy write posts about Tom Brady saying how he's the GOAT. Why? Why is Tom Brady the GOAT, LeBron? Because the truth be told, Tom Brady was never really the best quarterback in the NFL. When you look at the years Tom Brady was playing, Aaron Rodgers might have been better than him. Peyton Manning may have been better than him. Drew Brees may have been better than him. But what's the difference? Why is Tom Brady the GOAT, LeBron? Because he's won the rings. Why did you mention Patrick Mahomes? Because he's won the rings. Now, I'm not going to kill him too much over the Peyton Manning in the one ring, because most of us forget that Peyton Manning came for 3 games and won the ring with Denver, after Cam Newton decided he didn't want to play football that day. I'm not going to kill him too much for that. That's easy to forget. But what I will say is, stop trying to change the narrative when it fits you. Rings aren't important when you're looking at Steph Curry. Yeah, rings aren't important now. Rings aren't important when Kobe still got more. You know what I'm saying? That now it's not important. But when you were winning them, when you was getting them, it was important. When you thought you was about to win 3 with LA, they was important. Now the narrative changed. Just like always with LeBron. Just like always. All right? If we all love a blue sky and he having a good day, it's blue skies. If he having a bad day, blue skies ain't important. Red skies is more important. Move to Mars. That's just LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go ahead and say it because I know life is thinking it. What happened 2 weeks ago? Michael Jordan made a statement. So, of course, LeBron had to come and say something because the real king spoke. The real Billy Goat spoke. So now LeBron had to come and say, after Jordan said, I don't like people comparing people to me because of the rings. Like, just because LeBron ain't got thick. Now LeBron had to make a statement. We hear you, LeBron. We hear you. I tell LeBron there's a new pair of Jordans coming out, so he might want to drop a new pair of them ugly-ass LeBrons he got. Go ahead and keep it going. But I'm going to stop. Because I don't want LeBron looking for me. It's more about friendship with LeBron than it is about rings. So I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic and let it be what it is.
I haven't said this in a while, nephew, but I'm going to give you a group hug tonight, my guy. Yeah. Hey, B, I'm going to ask you the same question, man. Does LeBron ring coach? You said you looked into it. You heard it, you read up on it, whatever. How do you feel like LeBron and his ring culture statement?
I mean, look, like I get it. There's a lot of great players that we grew up watching that didn't get rings. It doesn't take away their greatness. I get it. You know what I'm saying? The Barkleys, the Ewans, the Stocktons, all these guys, you can't take away their greatness because they didn't get rings. And I get that 100%. But the great players that were great and got rings, you can't take away that level either. That's a fact, and that's there. Now, because you tried and didn't get it, that leaves you where you are, but you can't take it away from them. So I understand what he's saying, but there's a contradiction with it because you can't take away championship from great players that contributed to that championship in a big way. So that's another level.
Okay. That was greatly said without the anger.
So we taking shots? We taking shots? Huh? That's what
Hey, check it out, though. I love this. LeBron James ring culture. I love this. Come sit with us, LeBron, which I know you won't, but you are coming to the GOAT metrics. You have entered the metrics. See, here at GOAT metrics, like I'm talking about, like we death row. See, here at GOAT metrics, you know what I mean? It's titles, awards, and total numbers. See, we have a system over here, LeBron. It's not when we want to say what we want to say. We can't take the awards from you, just like we can't take the titles from you, just like we can't take the total numbers from you, the all-time numbers. But we have a system, and it don't benefit us at all. Because we ain't got no award, and we ain't got no all-time numbers. But I thought of a system to quantify NBA greats. And right now, you trying to exalt guys who don't have a ring and take it away from the guys who play 90, 100 games to win a title. It's something that go into that because to me, DeMarcus Cousins is like one of the best centers I've seen before the injuries.
Facts.
He was balling, and it never took away from his greatness.
Right.
He just wasn't able to get his team over that. His greatness didn't go to winning titles.
Right.
But he's still great. So we're not going to take it away because even like with John Stockton by the GOAT metrics is in the top 7 all time. Don't agree. But from his assist titles, his steals titles, his all-time numbers, he's still by GOAT metric standards, the 7th greatest player all time by GOAT metric system. Everybody don't agree to that because he didn't win no titles, but he got assist titles. He had 9 of them. He had steals titles. He's the all-time assist guy, all-time. Who's greater than him in steals or assists? So LeBron, I understand what you're doing. I just don't know why you're doing it. And maybe you need to make up a system or think it out better. Because right now, I don't know if you don't ever want guys to surpass you, but to put this narrative out to the younger guys that the ring culture don't matter, well, explain to them what does matter. Because right now, you're about to confuse everybody. Because you did everything to get every player that would have any good talent to get you a ring. But if it didn't matter, why did you do it?
Yeah.
And maybe because you fell short now and you don't want to use Viagra like Barry Bonds to cheat, get you where you want to be. You're trying to change it because maybe in your future you see no more rings. So therefore, you want to go out here and like, well, I'm still great, but I know I'm not in ring contention.
Right. Facts.
But you see, I was trying to be nice, but at the end of the day, LeBron needs to stop being a bitch. That's all it comes out to.
Facts. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Fuck nice. We got 3 curses. I'm probably on like 5, but I'm gonna use a couple of yours.
Yeah, I just, and I heard Tracy McGrady, I had Gilbert Arenas, and I respect these guys. And what they saying is correct. But when Weber said what he said, it might not be the only thing, but we can't take that from the guys who accomplished that.
Right.
And that's
because at the end, I didn't want to, but at the end of the day, what do we have the playoffs for? What do we have the finals for? So let's just play 82 games and call it a day. If the rings don't matter, just play 82 games and say, hey, I had a season, I'm good. And everything about that was just so like generic. Like you mentioned Barry Bonds, like that was the only baseball player you could really mention. Like what makes Barry Bonds the greatest, LeBron? I mean, do you watch baseball? Like, do you know anything about baseball? That was the most generic answer I've ever heard. That's like somebody saying, yeah, in the NFL, Tom Brady's great. Yeah, we know that. Everybody knows that, LeBron.
Sam.
We all know that.
Nah, you just said it, man. See, that's why I like when you be building, when everybody say you just said it. Barry Bonds has the numbers and LeBron has the numbers.
Exactly.
So therefore, let me speak on Barry Bonds because he got all these great numbers and I have the greatest numbers.
So that's what it's about. It's about staying in the league way longer than you need to in order to break every record. Since rings don't matter, like what are you still playing for, LeBron? Like what matters? What are you still playing for? See, I got my Timu crown. I don't know where he got his from. You know what I'm saying? He might have got it from Amazon or something. It might not be from Timu. His might be a little more, but either way, these crowns, like you came in as the king. You came in from high school as the king. Like you never said, hey, man, don't be calling me the king. I ain't do nothing greater than anybody else. No, you ran with that. Then you took your talents to South Beach. You ran with that. Then you went to LA. Oh, Anthony Davis gonna come? You destroyed a whole team. Like you killed so many young players' talents. Like we look at Josh Hart, we praise him now and we talk about him. Look how long it took him to get back from that. You know what I'm saying? Look how many players you destroyed in order for you to get a ring, and then sit there and say, "Hey, when I beat Golden State and won that ring, that's when I knew I was the greatest." But rings don't matter. But that lets you know. You winning that ring lets you know you was the greatest. But that shit don't matter. Like, stop talking. Just stop. Don't do no more interviews. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna reach out to Mike and I'm gonna ask Mike not to do any more interviews, because the last time he did an interview, this is what we get. When he did Last Dance, we got LeBron doing some foolishness. So, Mike, please don't drop no more shoes. Don't do no more interviews. You are the greatest. You are the GOAT. Okay? Don't do nothing else. And then we ain't got to listen to this clown. And that's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
Listen, at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to win a championship. The NBA, we got one more game left. And then after that, we have to wait until the season over. And what's the purpose of the season? Is to win a championship. He can't downplay that. He's always going to look silly if he continues that.
Yeah, and what both of y'all said, I'm gonna say this to King James. Play your 82 games and go on vacation, since rings don't matter.
Facts.
And see what that does for your franchise and for the kids who've been trying to be the best. And when you get the ring, it shows you the best. You're the last team standing, because this is a team sport. And you are correct. Rings is a team accomplishment. But great players lead their team to that accomplishment.
Right.
And I'm going to leave it like that, bro. And if I see your rings on Amazon, I will bid on them. I will bid on them. All right. Now we're going to go to the Gilbert Arenas comment when he was talking about the Knicks, right? Gilbert Arenas, man, we need a sponsor. We need somebody. We got to link with one of these famous guys, because it seems like the only way you're going to be a star if you connected to a star. So we got to team up to dream up with somebody, bro. I'm going to have to fly out to somebody. I'm going to have to tag somebody in the sub. But Gilbert Arenas says something pretty good. And I'm going to let Ben answer this one, because Ben thought it was pretty funny. I enjoy it. Gilbert Arenas is a funny dude. But he said that the Knicks was asking coaches who had jobs so they could hire Brunson's pops. Hire Rick Brunson. So he was like asking people, like, just asking people, like, somebody just ate and they come to a restaurant. Oh, you buy you some food? You hungry? Like, nah, I'm full. Well, they'd be like, man, I asked I'm trying to mad people today. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Look, go ahead, Benny. How you feel about Gilbert Arenas saying that?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But hey, with the Knicks, anything is possible. So listen, I would not be surprised. We got one game left. After that game is over, don't be surprised the next day or 2 days from there they say the Knicks head coach is Rick Brunson. Like, what the? Like, don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because it wouldn't be the Knicks if it's not a soap opera. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a long, like, I would look at it like a long shot too, but because there hasn't been no buzz, there haven't been no talks, and they're gonna pull that under the rug type of shit. That's funny though. But hey, if he can come in and do the job, I don't care.
Good, Seb. How you feel about Gilbert Arenas?
Yeah, first of all, did they take his gun license from him or not? Because I got to be careful what I say. I don't want Gilbert looking for me, you know what I'm saying? But nah, I loved it. I loved it. I think he got the Knicks right on point. It's like that. Like, I'm good for that. I'll call you while you at work so I can say I called you. You know me. Like, hey, I called you back. Like, you was at work. That ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. So I know what I feel him. Like, and he right. You calling people, you calling Chicago, Atlanta. Like, they got jobs already.
Mm-hmm.
The Army don't go to the Marines to recruit soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't pass out pamphlets at the Marines when you are Army soldier. Like you go to the schools, go to the people that don't have a job already, man. Like, and they reaching out to, and the thing that make Gilbert Arenas right to me is they so blatantly doing it. Like they putting it all over the place. Like, hey, we about to call Atlanta. We gonna do it tomorrow, 12 p.m. Everybody be there. Like, why the hell is you announcing it? You announcing it 3 days before. I think they the ones put, you know how people be like, it's in the locker. I think New York, the leadership is the ones leaking it.
Mm-hmm.
They like, hey, I heard they gonna talk to Atlanta. Like, yeah, we know. And I think he's right. And I think that right now, the position that Brunson is in, and you know, these players, once you become a superstar, man, you get a certain amount of power and you kind of say who you want. You know what I'm saying? You look at Austin Rivers had a whole career based on his dad being the coach. And I ain't even mad at him. You feel me? Like it is what it is. And I'm with Ben. If he can come do the job, hell, let's give him a try. What we've been doing ain't working. Why not?
Let me ask you a question. Would you? Because let me get on the Gilbert Arenas joint though, because this is funny. This is funny. You know, Gilbert Arenas, and you know what Sev said, because you said so much. I was trying to tap into one thing. Gilbert Arenas is hilarious. If this is true, so be it. Because I'm gonna get on the Rick Brunson thing in a minute. We're gonna ask if he a good coach and this stuff. We don't really know, but we're gonna ask about if y'all agree about the hiring. But what's funny to me is that when you was talking about them leaking stuff. So it made me think about the sex tapes that people leak. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they leak that, and everybody be thinking it'd be embarrassing, but it
Right.
people up to another level.
Facts.
You know? And right now, I feel what you're saying. Like they leaking all this so it could benefit them in some kind of way. Even for like the diehard Knicks fans that might want a better coach, it's just letting everybody say we tried to get better. But what Gilbert Arenas said, they ain't asking nobody who don't have a job.
That's a fact.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, but how do you feel? Because Rick Brunson has never, have you ever coached?
Not in the professional manner.
As far as I'm concerned, he's been an assistant. He was an assistant before he came on to the Knicks. I forgot what team. So he's been only an assistant coach for probably several years. That's about it.
And I think he was like not even like a first assistant. Like I think he was like down the line. Like he might have been
Correct.
gym bag assistant coach type thing. Like
Water boy.
Yeah, like he was low on the level there. But I mean, as long as they don't ask Doc Rivers to come coach, I'm good. Okay? Like as long as it ain't Doc Rivers, man, I don't care who you get at this point.
Yeah, you be killing Doc Rivers, man. I'm surprised he ain't pulled up yet. You know what I mean?
Tell him where I'm at, man.
But would y'all be cool with it though? Because I don't know. I guess the players that's on the team now, like when I play sports, sometimes I felt like some of the players got special treatments, and some of them was better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them was having bad games.
Facts.
And you still ran with them. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like that was hurting the team. So I'm just curious, as us being Knicks fans, you know, that being our team, and us understanding the politics of sports. As a fan, would you like it? And as a player, would you like it? I'm gonna let you go first, Sav.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen the video? It went viral years ago. The pizza rat, the big rat dragging the pizza down the subway stairs in New York.
Oh yeah.
Got millions of views only in New York. Are we okay with it? No. Do we deal with it? Hell yeah, because we New Yorkers. We love that pain. We love that shit. New York, we look at a rat dragging pieces like, oh, that's cute. No, it ain't cute nowhere else. All right, but we New York fans love it, so we gonna accept it and we gonna take it. We gonna take his pops being the coach. We gonna deal with it, man, and that's what it is. Because we New York fans.
All right, B. What about you, B? As a
Um,
player, and then as a team, like, would you like him as a coach?
um, well, as a player, I think he played with us as well.
No, I'm saying as you being a player on a team and his son being on a team, would you be
Right.
comfortable for one of your teammates' dad to be the coach?
If he's to me, it depends on if they can do that separation where I'm coaching, I'm gonna get on you when you're playing bad. I'm not gonna have no favoritism. If they can, you know, express that throughout the team and it's not a problem, then yeah, because I think it's been done several times and then it's cool. As far as Rick, Rick was with the Knicks back when Allen Houston hit that shot to end to shock Miami in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I every time I see the highlights, I see Rick hugging Allen Houston. It's funny. So the good thing about that is that there's a long-term history with the Knicks there, which I like. I think Rick might have been around when Van Gundy was coaching. So the fact that he's been around the Knicks organization, I'm okay with that. I don't know if he's a good coach or not. I have no idea, but it's worth giving him a chance.
Okay. I don't like it on both ways. We just went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I want a more accomplished coach.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then for secondly, the worst thing you could ever do is have the boss, I'm gonna break this like a job. When you work with the son, you can't complain to the boss about their son without them feeling some kind of way. So you almost, who can you talk to? You're just gonna have to deal with, and you can't even talk to the son about the boss. Because they, you know what I mean? Like, so what you could do, I wouldn't want to be in this situation. And especially like if I play with Austin Rivers, like Doc Rivers probably feel the same way I feel about him. But
Right.
Boston is an all NBA player. I can't be like, damn, coach, he over dribbling. He need to get off the rock. He'd be like, word, put you on this injured. He put you on this injured list. You know what I mean? Don't you have a headache? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want my numbers and my touches and my shots determining the coach's son. Because he might want the coach's son to be the best player. I don't know. So I mean, we'll see. Hopefully that don't be the case. But if it do, I hope that because right now the East is kind of open. And we almost beat the team that went to the finals. And if we go second round or first round next year, what are we doing next? What are we doing?
Well, I'll say this, like, I'll agree and disagree with you on both. I'll agree to disagree on both aspects of those. Because one, I'll say that you do fire a coach that gets you to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's been done.
Mhm.
And a few times it's been done, and you got a Steve Kerr that didn't have any experience, and he took you to the finals. You get you a coach that's just different. And sometimes they can get you over that hump. You know what I'm saying? They get you past where you were. So it's been done. And as far as, the father being the coach, the son is the best player on the team. The son right now is the Knicks. He is the culture of the New York Knicks. So as long as you play your position, and I think that if you're a superstar player, you can still say, you can still say what you feel. Because you're not going to get rid of two star players Like, you're not gonna bitch 2-star players because they talk shit about your son. I would hope not, but I guess we're gonna have to see. But so I guess we'll just wait and see, because right now, without Brunson, there is no Knicks team.
I beg to differ.
I
I beg to differ. Don't get me wrong. You take Cat off of that team, they not as good. You take Brunson off, they not as good. But one thing I say with this is that the Knicks got a strong enough roster that if more shots go to other players and the ball movement go, you don't even know what type of team we'll have. Because
and see, that's the thing. I think I made that comment 2 seasons ago when we had DaVincio and all of those guys. But this season, it's hard to say because we don't even know. We didn't even get to see those guys play. We seem like a 7-man roster.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. So anytime we say we take the like most teams, like if you take Ja Morant off of Memphis, they still got some wins, but we got a better roster than Memphis. From OG to Cat to Bridges could hold a slacker. Brunson,
right. They didn't.
when they didn't
Against Indiana. I felt like we had a better team.
They did, bro. They did. When you look at your top 4 players, and we did this about Westbrook and other things. When you look at your top 4 players, one guy got 29, the next guy got 24, the next guy got 17, the next guy got 15. Those players from 15 points up, like right now, Halliburton is averaging 15. Bridges was 15. So really, these players played. We just wasn't deep enough.
And well, I'll say this much. Because you can average 15 points and your points not really be beneficial to what we got going on. And I felt like at times Bridges, his points didn't really help us the way we needed it to. And I could say that about OG at times too. Like, I just feel like that.
You can say that about everybody because if we lost, all their points didn't matter really.
Not in that manner. Not in that manner. But you know what I mean when I say you can average
the timely
basket. Yeah, the impact of your points wasn't as important as 15 to his team. You know what I'm saying? Like, we down by 4 and you can't score for 5 minutes. So to hell with your 15 points. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of that. I'm
gonna agree to disagree because me and you fighters and we won't drop this shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Because facts. So we grew up on Enwood. So I get it. All of us did. You know what I mean? Out of fact. But I look at it like this, yeah. But it's not for every game because some games he made big buckets.
That's a fact.
Some games in the wins, Bridges hit a couple of threes, hit a couple of shots. So like his play was impactful. Brunson and Towns get the more of the bigger shots. He's not the first option, so he's not always gonna get the big shot. So sometimes, yeah, he didn't score in the last 6 minutes, but he really didn't get a chance to because Brunson and Cat was the main guys that was getting the shots. So sometimes. But I get it though, but we got to get to the because we're gonna wrap this show up. I'm gonna let y'all, we're gonna go with the previews, and then y'all can say what's ever on your mind, anything said. You might have a lot to say because you've been going for a while. Benny, you can say what it is, and the next time we'll see each other, it'll be after the championship is here. We're gonna see who it is. So I'm gonna go with the prediction first. I'm gonna roll with Indy, man. I'm gonna roll with Indy. And I know the best 2 players is on the other team, but I'm going for the underdogs, and I want this to be one of the greatest runs in NBA Finals history, playoff history, for you to go 3 levels being the underdog, and about 4 levels not having the best player on your team. Like that's different. Like sometimes you can have the best player in every series and they catapult you. To not have the best player in no series and win a championship is almost like the Detroit Pistons in 04, which was on before, Sam. So, and the thing about Detroit, they had hell of a defense. Indiana has nice defense, but hella offense. So this will be the first time, and going against the top defensive team. Usually defense wins championship. So right now, if Indiana pull it off and having the number 3 and 4th best player in a series, this would be very different. And OKC couldn't even be upset about it because their top players, their stars did what they needed to do. It's just that they went up against a team that's deeper. All right, Ben, what's your prediction, bro?
I'm gonna go Indy. I'm gonna go Indy because of like we spoke about it earlier. Consistently, we know for Game 7. Consistently, we know McCollum and Toppin are gonna come in and do their thing, and these are bench players. But consistently, you know they're gonna come in, especially McCollum. Seems like Halliburton's okay. As far as I'm concerned, if he has like 15, 7 assists, and gets people involved, they're in good shape. Siakam's been doing his thing. I don't see why he wouldn't have another good game. And it's only a matter of time. Watch Mathurin come off the bench and show up. And like I said, I'm mentioning all these guys, these bench roles or whatever. And when you look at OKC, you know what SGA is going to do. You know what Hartenstein's going to do. You know what Holden's going to do. Williams been playing. His numbers speak well. I mean, 25 plus in the last 3 to 4 games. That's really good. And one of them was a 40-piece. But the bench players for them is unpredictable. Like Wiggins had a hell of a game, and then he was nowhere to be found in a whole bunch of the games. Who else they got?
Yeah.
Off the bench.
Yeah. They got Caruso. I mean, they got players. I'm gonna let you finish.
Oh no, that's sick because Caruso's not a scorer. Caruso's not a scorer. I mean, yeah, I know they got Caruso off the bench, but he's not a scorer. He's not looking to shoot. He's there to create chaos.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Sam, what you got, baby? Right now, I got Indiana. Benny Blanco got Indiana.
Listen, I would say if I was a betting man, I'd say y'all have a pocket full of lint, man. I think both of y'all are wrong. I think that we look at what the bench does. I'll admit that Indiana's they bench is consistent, but we all know that for the most part, great players win championships. We just discussed that. So who's going to be the greatest player on that floor? This is why we were afraid of Michael Jordan. This is why, we weren't afraid of LeBron, but we were afraid of Kobe and Shaq. Like, great players win titles. And if Shake is as great as he wants us to believe, or as that some of us already believe, he's going to show us. I think that you're going to get about 65 from Shake and Williams alone. And I think that is going to be too much for Indiana. I think Shake is going to show improve. I think that the OKC fan base and that being in that arena is loud. I think they still have one of the loudest arenas in the NBA. I think it's going to be hard to win a Game 7 there. They're going to have to pull off something amazing. And I just think that OKC is going to pull it out. I mean, OKC is the only team in this series that has won 2 games straight, so we know that they can win. I think that they're going to show improve. I think that we're going to look. I don't think the bench is going to have as big effect as we think they will. I think it's going to come down to your stars. Who's going to take those big shots? Who's going to give you 40 or 50 points? Like, that's what it's going to come down to. I'm predicting right now that from Shake and Williams, we're going to get 60 to 65 points, man, from them 2 guys.
And a win.
And a win.
That's big right there. So I'm gonna hold you to that, Seb, because right now, you know, me and Benny changed. I told you that Indiana had a fighting chance. Then after game one, I've been on Indiana. I believe Benny was like after game 1, 2, or whenever he changed overs because Halliburton and really he liked Siakam in that series. So from Siakam and this that other. But I just enjoy the way Indiana play once they play. Like I heard somebody saying that OKC has the deepest two-way players they ever seen. You know? Like they said, they never seen a team with that many two-way players. Now, I think Indiana has two-way players as well, but the offensive side is better than OKC's. So therefore, as I seen them, you know, beat up on my boys, you know, beat up on my boys.
Yeah.
They didn't even have the best two players, but just seeing collectively how they did it, I had to be like, you know what? These guys is different. And we shall see. We shall see. Now, what y'all got before we wrap it up, bro? I got the ball out because the next time we play, there's going to be a champion. There's going to be a champion. So next time we play, and then we're going to get into some more things. So I'm going to let y'all go, see what y'all got to say.
Well, I'm going to say this because I'm having a tag right now. I'm sweating like crazy. Pardon me. You know, this cold still beating me down. But all I want to say is this, man. Man, fuck LeBron. And I'm out.
You got anything, man?
Nah, I'm with that, man. You know, I'm not a big LeBron fan either, but I think it's been a great year. Like, look what we got. One game in this whole entire NBA season left, and we have an underdog that nobody picked. And then we have a young up-and-coming team that everybody did pick. So it's been very interesting. I'm not mad at it. But Indiana's going to take it. I'm just going to let you know, man. Indiana's going to take it.
See, man.
We haven't had a game 7 since 2016.
Really?
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
Wow. Yes. So this is good. This is good.
This is good for basketball. This is good for sports. And when you have this is I'm a coin this. I said wartime, but this is like the NBA Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, this is like the Super Bowl.
One game.
One game.
Now, I will say this. I think that this is the best Indiana team that I've ever seen. But this is not the best OKC team I have ever seen. And I think we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that too. But I would tell you this. This is probably the best cohesiveness I've seen from OKC.
I'll agree with that.
You know, like we've seen it before. Russell and Kevin Durant, even Russell and James Harden. Like Russell was the bad apple. He had all the talent, but it's just like he was on his own time.
It's like his pops coached the team, right?
Exactly. And they was even going with him over Durant at the time. Like they really liked Westbrook.
Westbrook's awesome.
We say
Westbrook is awesome.
Nah,
it's just that I think he tuned out at basketball. As far as his love for it, as his deep love for it, he's still a hell of a ball player, but his love is not there for it.
Yeah, he can't shoot though. He can't shoot.
Westbrook
can never shoot.
They said kid.
He would have to be feeling it.
I just think right now with Westbrook, because I want y'all to write stuff like this so us to talk about certain players and things like that, because that was a good topic, what you said about the love. I don't want to go into it too deep, but I realize this. Right now, being in the NBA, and I'm sure it happened before, like you're so rich and you're so powerful that basketball don't be everything for you. Because you would think Westbrook would have a better jump shot, like Jason Kidd got in his later years.
Mm-hmm.
So he just haven't developed because his 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 game was always aggressive and fast.
Mm-hmm.
So he never slowed down to pick his shots.
That's a fact.
And and then by him being rich, and he's one of my favorite guys when it comes to different things he do off the court. From fashion to movies to different things. I love how he moved. And he still is one of the great all-time players just by his triple doubles and everything that he's done. So he's one of them players that he's like, you know what? I didn't win a championship, but I did something that nobody would ever do. I had 3 years of averaging a triple double.
Oh, I thought you mentioned he did something nobody did with them outfits. My bad. I was somewhere else.
Hey, he will push the envelope, man.
Yeah. Oh, good.
That's what's up. This episode 30, man, it's a milestone for. I'm glad all of us was here today. Said we missed you, man. I know you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to be here, man.
He one episode, and he be like, "Yo, you act like I was going for like a month or something."
Right.
But it give us a better dynamic when we have 3 guys and everything. We
That's what's up.
Each other. But
the world tried to take me out, man. I'm still here. I'm still here, baby.
Yeah, man. Take some ginger. Get some ginger and some lemon, some honey. You be all right.
That's right.
And do what I told you, and don't take a shower or gargle.
I'm gonna need some penicillin messing with life, man.
Let me tell you something. When you gargle, just bottle it the next morning. It is your penicillin.
Yeah, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Yo.
This is another episode of Go Metro, episode 30, man. The finals is here. We got a game 7. It's wartime, baby. I got my disabled veteran shirt on, my hat, everything. Like, what are we doing, baby? It's time to go to war. India gets game 7, man. Go Metro. We out.
Bang, bang.
Peace.
Yeah.